Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be telling you guys about my most anticipated Netflix movies coming out in 2021. Now this list isn't going to have way too many movies because I'm not really excited for that many of them because we don't really know much about any of them. Netflix is releasing almost 70 plus movies this year, which means one movie is coming out each week on their streaming service. I'm going to start off this list by talking about Malcom and Marie. Now Malcom and Marie comes out on February 22nd and it stars Euphoria's Zendaya and Tenet's John David Washington. Both these actors and actresses play a couple, a filmmaker and his girlfriend who return home after a movie premiere. They have to address the problems in their relationship while waiting for the reviews of the movie to come out. I did a full trailer reaction to this movie in the link in the description down below, or you can click the card up here on the screen right now. Basically in that video I just talked about how I was comparing it to Marriage Story, and one of the biggest reasons I was comparing it to Marriage Story is because Netflix didn't make Marriage Story and this movie Malcom and Marie. They actually bought it out from other studios, and that's kind of what Netflix is going to be doing with a lot of their movies just because they're making so many. It's impossible for them to make all of these movies, like every single one, from their own studio. I'm really looking forward to this movie because I feel like Zendaya is still such a young actress, but I feel like this movie can really show kind of her expanding out into a different range of acting. I've watched a few episodes of Euphoria and I've thoroughly enjoyed them, and her acting is really good, so I feel like she can bring a lot to this table in this movie. And I also want to see a different side of a John David Washington. In the Black KK Klansman, he played more of a basic role, and the same thing in Tenet, he just played more of a basic role, but in this movie he actually has an emotional attachment to another character, so I feel like he's gonna have to elevate his acting for this role. Next up on my list is probably one of the most popular movies coming out this year on Netflix, called Red Notice. This action comedy stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as an FBI profile, Gal Gadot as the world's greatest art thief, and Ryan Reynolds as the greatest con man the world has ever seen. A priceless artifact known as Cleopatra's Egg is what brings these three compelling personalities together. Filming on Red Notice started in early 2020 but was shut down due to the pandemic. In late October, Ryan Reynolds posted a shout out on Instagram announcing that he had finished shooting and that he thanked Netflix for putting everyone involved in the movie back to work. Now this movie has a lot of potential to literally be the most basic plot heavy movie, and just the side characters, I mean all the characters are just A-list actors, so that's why it does so well when it comes to making money back. But I really have faith in Netflix, and I really hope that they can kind of pull something off where it's not just explosions and all that kind of stuff. For example, one of the more recent Netflix movies that came out, actually I don't know if it's recent, I think it came out like last year. It's Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds was in it. It was directed by Michael Bay and it was called Six Underground. That movie's plot was horrendous, the side characters were horrendous, and it was just full of explosions, and it was just an action movie, but I hope this movie is more of an acting heavy based movie because I feel like Gal Gadot, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and Ryan Reynolds can all mesh well together, and if everything goes to plan, obviously the plot's not going to be super complicated. Like we don't expect Netflix to make any crazy plots, but at the same time I feel like if they do everything else correctly, that can kind of cover up for the mistakes, or just a super basic plot if they go for that. Next up on my list is a movie that I didn't really know much about until I started doing research for this video, and that movie is called Don't Look Up. This is a comedy directed by Adam McKay, and it stars Leonardo DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence as astronomers whose warnings about an asteroid on collision course with Earth will go unheeded. Filming did begin in Boston back in November, and the cast includes a multitude of Hollywood heavy hitters, such as Meryl Streep, Timothée Chalamet, Cate Blanchett, Chris Evans, Jonah Hill, Tyler Perry, Ron Perlman, and Matthew Perry. Obviously we don't know much about this movie, nor do we know much about any of these other movies on the list, but this movie does have one of the craziest castings you would probably ever see in a Netflix movie, and that just has my level of excitement super high. I hope they implement them well, but at the same time, I don't want just their appearance there. I actually want them to be connected to the main characters and actually play a role in the story, or else their names are just there to be names and kind of promote the movie, I guess, to another A-lister movie level. Next up on my list is Born to be Murdered. Netflix acquired the worldwide rights to Born to be Murdered in October of 2020. This film is set in Greece and stars Tenet's John David Washington and Alicia Vikander, who play Beckett and April. During a vacation in Greece, the couple becomes embroiled in a violent conspiracy with tragic consequences. This film was directed by Fernando Cleto Flotomero, who also co-wrote the script with Kevin Rice. Like I mentioned before, and when I was talking about Malcom and Marie, I kind of want to see John David Washington's character have to have an emotional attachment to someone. Because, for example, in Tenet, his character was very driven, but it was emotionally driven, but at the same time, it was kind of a weird weird kind of aspect of him having to care for a character. It felt like it was just there to kind of move the script and the plot forward. It didn't really feel like his character actually cared about these other characters in the movie. I did a full movie review for Tenet, spoiler and non-spoiler. You guys can click the link up here or the links in the description down below for that. But again, I just want to see John David Washington's character have some sort of emotional attachment. I feel like we'll get this in this movie because obviously him and his girlfriend are the main two roles. The final movie I want to talk about is Army of the Dead. Army of the Dead is directed by Zack Snyder and it's based off of a script that Snyder helped develop back in 2007. The movie follows a group of mercenaries as they attempt to rob a Las Vegas casino in the midst of a zombie outbreak. This cast includes Dave Bautista, Ella Purnell, and Ana de la Reguera. Snyder confirmed that they already finished filming a prequel and they're planning for an anime sequel for the movie. Again, the concept of this movie seems really basic, but the fact that they've been planning it out for this long means there has to be some unique aspects to it, as with all of other Snyder's movies, for example, Man of Steel and Watchmen. And yeah guys, that's it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to drop a like rating down below, share with your friends if you did enjoy. If you guys are new around here, hit that subscribe button, it's completely free. Also turn those notifications on so you get notified whenever I go live or upload a new YouTube video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.